The first one I start with is trying to run your BAU as lean as you can in order to free up capacity. It's a perfect opportunity to refine, rationalize BAU activity, and it offers the people a bit of an opportunity to extend their skills. So you can get people doing things they haven't usually done. You can get people doubling up, a bit of additional skills training. If you're running a reporting and analysis function, you want to just check that people are actually using your outputs. Again, a bit of an opportunity to work out what people are actually using and stop doing what they aren't. But also, if you're interested in creating some kind of self-serve function within or capability within your organization, now is a perfect opportunity. My understanding is that people, even if they've been furloughed, can still be trained. So you could take this time to usefully train people to use some of your reporting tools to produce their own insights and various other things. The second thing I would suggest is getting really, really well attuned to your business. Listen, understand what the threats and opportunities in the business are, and stay relevant. I think a real risk for reporting functions and analysis and even data science functions is you'll be working on what was relevant before COVID, and models and predictions and what happened last year. It's no interest and of no value to anybody. Everything has changed. So get your data people to be thinking really hard. Share with them the problems that the business is having or opportunities that are opening up for the business, and try to let them experiment. The third thing I would suggest is creating space for your data people to innovate, and really, really encourage them to do so. Encourage them to experiment. They're spending quite a lot of time on their own, but also use digital technologies to create shared workspaces. You can do this in Zoom, you can do this in other tools, and you can get people working together, even if you're not actually involved, getting them involved and build that with them and for them. And the other thing is, I would also encourage people to take on online learning. There's a huge amount of free education out there at the moment. A lot of vendors are trying to stay relevant in the data space, and they're offering, a lot of opportunities. So encourage your teams to take those up and to get them better skilled during this time. The fourth thing I would think about is looking at new data sources, and reanalyzing old data. And this sort of comes back to the second point, that what went before is unlikely to be relevant. Sales in the second quarter of the year last year compared with sales this year. I mean, we just heard, for instance, that motor sales are down 97%. So, what do you do with that? How do you predict what's likely to happen in the next quarter? So you want to be looking at other data sources, perhaps from markets that are already emerging from the COVID emergency, and see how they're responding. But also try to do new cuts on old data. Try to look at them through different lenses to those that were applied at the time. Now that's sometimes really, really challenging in the data space, because data is captured for a certain purpose, and now you may be trying to repurpose that data. So it's not quite as simple as it may sound, and you'll be asked, can we look at this from this perspective? That might be difficult. So again, you need to move your data people into a slightly different space and say to them, you can use inference. You can accept the fact that good enough is good enough. You might not have exactly the information you need. So get them to rethink, to remodel, to supplement, to extrapolate, to pull in other sources. And really, again, it's a bit of an opportunity to extend your data reach. Final one, which I think is just the summary of all of the previous ones, is to be bold. We're at a time where everything is changing. How we work, where we work, when we work. Sectors have completely disappeared. Other sectors are reinventing themselves. So for data people, it is also time to reinvent ourselves and embrace those new opportunities, see those challenges, but really go into them with a bold approach. Put out new insights, create new reports, bring together some really, really compelling analysis that is relevant to now. And like I said, just be bold.